Boom! And we're back for a totally unprepared and unexpected Monday night session. What has happened? What kind of shenanigans are going on when we show up a day early or night early? And no one's definitely going to show up tonight, but it is what it is. My name is Rob. Also known as DM Sparks, the not quite yet dead Dungeon Master, or in this case, I guess, Castle Keeper, since we're playing Castles and Crusades tonight. No one has showed up yet. No one is watching. Bear is waving in chat, which he's a good bear. He does great things. Let's see. Start pulling people in. There's a choir playing with her puppies.
Marissa's puppy.
My puppy.
Her puppy. We got Bear with his bear ears and looks kind of invisible with the black on black. We got Jesse. And we have no Nay tonight because Nay has a new schedule and she can't be here with us. But she'll be here tomorrow. We're actually streaming tonight and tomorrow. And that's actually the reason why we're streaming on 2 different nights.
Because I will be here tomorrow.
Yeah, because Nay got a different schedule this week. She was off Tuesdays, oddly enough, and Zoc took on work shift for a Tuesday night. And I was like, damn it, I don't want to pick and choose who gets to play, so screw it. We're all going to play. We're going to play 2 nights. And since we're not going to be able to, I didn't want to continue the run game without either one of them because they're both kind of important, especially in this next encounter. But I had just got this in the mail the other day from Trollord Games. The complete box set of a series in the shadow of Ostrog. That's the funny thing. That's the funny thing about Steve Chenault. On one of his streams, he said one time somebody came and asked him, "How do you pronounce the name of the world that's their proprietary setting?" He's like, "Well, you bought it. You can pronounce it any damn way you want to." Not helpful, but Steve's a funny guy that way. I think it's pronounced RD. And if Chuck pops in, and he can probably correct me. I don't know. We'll see. Do what? But the long-term plan was to run the very hot campaign. That's probably not going to happen until at least January. But since we said what the hell and do this tonight, I thought, well, hey, this would be a good time to run the A series from Castles and Crusade. It's for level 1 to level 5 characters or so. Or actually, I think it's all the way up to what does it actually say? Oh, crap.
6.
Does it say 6? Are you looking?
I don't know. I have no fucking idea.
I thought you were being a good little DM's pet and looking shit up.
I read my stuff that I needed. I don't care about the rest.
This isn't my job. This is above my pay grade.
Look,
Fine.
I put markers into everything where all the spells are, and I marked all the spells in the book, so screw you. It took me a whole lot of 10 minutes. Shut up.
Yeah. I was up to like 2 o'clock in the morning putting tokens together and throwing shit together, making maps and doing all this shit that we probably won't even use the first 2 sessions.
So we're quitting after 2?
No, I figure if people have fun, we'll continue it. But if Snake comes back, we'll have to figure out, I guess, an extra character. Someone's gonna have to give it the barbarian.
We can both play her. It's fine.
I like the idea of
barbarian.
A barbarian with multiple personalities. At every turn, we roll a percentile. And 50-50.
You get to choose that turn.
Mm-hmm. And it'd be funny seeing to play completely contrary to each other. So, yeah,
I think me and Dave play similar enough that wouldn't be
Holy cow.
an issue.
Wow, we've had some follows. Lord Gazumba followed us 5 days ago. Wow, he's gonna ban me from his stream after tonight.
Oh, don't lick me.
Yes, lick her.
if I roll any 20s against you guys and they kill you, it's his fault because they'll be from Titan Die, the Titan Dice I won from the show probably.
There's a nay in the chat.
There's a nay. Oh my god, there's a nay. Hey, I am so sad that you're not. Well, I know Zock's going to do a good job of playing Barbara the Barbarian, but are you still sticking with that name, Zock?
Yes.
Barbara the Barbarian Barbie.
Barbie.
Yeah, Barbie. I don't know. I had a flash of childhood of watching Hanna-Barbera cartoons. I'm like, she could be Barbara.
I'm so glad I have X-ray vision. It's so useful.
Oh God, you're going to use it inappropriately. So,
What?
which
Thank
you
you,
know that's
Lucio.
pretty standard. That's pretty standard for us. But
I need a different puppy. That one's broken. I need a different puppy.
whoa.
Restart dog accept.
So, like I said, we're playing Castles Crusades.
Bring me a different puppy.
And apparently
Okay.
play with all the puppies too. But we're playing
Yes.
Castles and Crusades.
And puppies.
Oh, nice buffering. But we're playing Castles and Crusade, which is, is D&D should get. It's the best version of D&D out there. Bar none. I mean, it had the blessing of Gary Gygax himself in the years before his death. And I think, I don't think you can top that very much. But I like the company. They produce locally. They source their materials locally. They give deep discounts to veterans. And if I get really annoyed, I can drive down there and say, "Hey, there is an error on page 56, paragraph
2.
5." Yeah, and or I can just go down there and say, "Mr. Chenault, I'll give you a Dr. Pepper for some free shit." Actually, these days, I don't know, but Dr. Pepper shortage down there. It might be surprising how far can would go. But
Whoa.
what?
How far the can would go? Whoa.
And that's what we're all about. But tonight we're playing the A series, as I mentioned before. A0, the Rising Knight. The A series is for players starting out at 1 to, and it goes up, I think, 10 or so. But it's supposed to be an introductory adventure, and our view count just shot up to. Oh, look, it's Walt. Walt has joined us to watch this shit show.
Who should be playing?
Should.
He's too busy to play. He's a very busy man. And actually, I'm afraid of what he would do to me. He's played a lot longer than I have. He knows tricks. He's dangerous.
He could be my brother.
You could all be gnomes.
Yeah.
No.
I would twirl the mustache. You really should be playing. You do know tricks. They scare me, but you do know tricks. Maybe you can join us one night. Oh wow, now he's got busyness. But the A series introductory adventure for Castle Crusades players and DMs. It's going to be pretty light and casual, and if it goes well, if we have fun, if you all get through this without a TPK, we can move on to A1. So would we like to introduce our characters? Bear, I'll go with you. We'll go from small to big. Who are you playing tonight?
I'm Galileo Heliodor Fizzlespank. I'm the most innovative, illustrious, impractical, impatient illusionist.
So you're...
And I'm a gnome.
Well, with a name like that, I thought you might be a giant elf or something.
Elves smell of elderberries.
Hey, Lyra. Come here. Jesse, how are you playing? Come on.
I am playing Pyle Roshak. He is a half-elven, more on the elven side, ranger.
She's so pretty.
And he has a special place in his heart to protect children.
I'm the size of a child. You can protect me.
I'll
But
be
he
lucky
hates
if I don't
them.
shoot you.
I'm too small. You'll miss.
Kyle don't
Nice.
miss. Or Pyle don't miss.
Yeah. And Walt, look, the new German Shepherd's here. This dog has the deepest sleep cycle of any dog I've ever seen. My Monsters and Treasure book slid off the under rack down here, hit her head last night, and she didn't even wake up. You sleep hard, don't you, babe? And you also rolled out of bed and didn't wake up for that either.
She sleeps good.
Yep. Now she can eat my hands. You can eat my feet. Sakwara, who are you playing?
I am playing Barbara the Barbarian.
Describe her.
She has blonde hair up in pigtails, and she likes pink.
And she don't know how to read.
It's okay. She likes pink.
You.
Fuck books.
Who came up with Barbara the Barbarian? I know I came up with the name,
I
but
think
who
it was me and Nay kind of combined thing.
the Barbarian Barbie? Troll Lord
Hmm.
Games has dropped in demanding a TPK. We're gonna see what can happen tonight.
I may start with the gnome.
I'm gonna start with the DM.
Whoa, she's gonna come
just
down.
you
And cut
wait.
she's gonna come down and cut the mustache off. Look how big and illustrious it is tonight. Anyway, so shall we begin? We got some really great
Yeah.
people in tonight. That's awesome. So we begin the greatest version of D&D currently in existence because it's powered by that. You should get Dr. Pepper on this monitor. Let's see here. Okay. So
Details.
your group is a relatively young group. Oh, I forgot to mention my character. So since this party is a little light, I'm going to go ahead and NPC a kind of lackluster cleric. He's not going to do a whole lot, but hold on. Where's that picture at?
I don't know.
Yeah. I got to do a screen share because Bear, you're going to get a kick out of this. Let's see. Then he forgets how to run the buttons. Share screen, share tab. So this group is a fairly young group. I mean, Fizzle Spank is going to be kind of older than most, except for maybe Paul. You know, gnomes and elves, man, they live a long time. But they're a fair. You guys have adventured together with each other. You have a slightly antagonistic relationship, probably because that's just the way you people roll. And you've been taking small jobs together, small adventures, small bounties, getting cats out of trees, saving dogs, finding the rancher's cow, etc. One day you picked up another guy. He was in plate armor and clearly with priestly symbols and whatnot like that, but the man never says a word. And it became pretty clear to you guys that he had taken a vow of silence. He doesn't say anything. He has never said a word. He prays silently. He tries to communicate silently. He points. He looks. He has one magical item that is a flask of never-ending alcohol because he needs it to deal with all of you, especially consider he's lawful good. Yeah. So yeah, he's basically Blackadder. Good luck. So, as I said, you guys have got too many screens. I need more monitors. That's what's really going on. What?
Nothing.
Usually it's Walt's job to distract the DM. Now you're doing it.
I,
What's a bad influence?
I mean, it's kind of him by proxy.
I agree with Troll Lord Games. Jesse needs more Troll Lord books. So
I accept random deliveries.
I'm sure you do. So
Yes, Nay, you need a day off from work.
oh God, Walt.
Oh dear.
Was it the blonde pigtails and mustache?
Yeah. And the problem is there's no map here because I didn't set it. Oh well. We'll go to the other one. Anyway. So you guys have been traveling towards the Blacktooth Ridge and the Drunberry River. Let's see, where's my notes here? You guys are out looking for. I had the map. Well, I just forgot to actually make the scene to do it because I was out of time and throwing shit together on the fly. So most of you know that along the Drunberry River, it's a narrow and fast river. It runs beneath the Faro Hills that you can see on the actual map that I do have, and it's on the edge of the kingdom of Anok. You guys are traveling towards. Yeah, I didn't study enough today, did I? Okay. You guys have been traveling on a major trade route to Malforton. It's a small village, but it's not a bad place to travel through to bigger and better places because you guys are looking to make a living, to make a name for yourselves as young adventurers. But you've heard a few things about this village. They're on the edge of the kingdom, and they happily they're happy for that. They support themselves and defend themselves from bandits and humanoids. Malforton lies in the East March. It's a frontier known for to be full of raiders, bandits, furious creatures, generally bad actors that fear no retribution from the West. But you guys are about to pummel in here. So
I don't think I'm on that map.
no, nobody's on that map.
Nobody's.
If you notice,
Okay.
nobody. No, you are in it together in spirit.
Oh, cool.
You guys-
Died already.
Except for the gnome, he doesn't have a spirit.
Oh God, here we go. So you guys have been traveling from the east, and you meet a trade caravan going the other way. You guys, you make camp together, guys. Safety in numbers. Do any of you guys do anything in particular as you're setting up camp with these mix of human traders and a few gnomes? There's a few gnomes in the group.
I'll be, checking out the local area around us, make sure we're not going to be disturbing anything or anything wants to disturb us in the near future.
You largely find that the area around you, along the Westway, is fairly safe, and they inform you as much. Bandits and raiders really frequent these roads, and if they do, they generally look for easier pickings than you guys.
I'm going to get some more earwax.
Okay, you're gonna get some more earwax. Maybe you can trade some with some gnomes. But nightfall settles in, and they start cooking up a nice stew and setting around the fire. Who goes to join them?
Yeah, I'm going to join them.
Sure.
So you join the traveling band merchants. You're sitting there, you're enjoying your stew and swapping stories. the leader, Mr. Harold, he's a jovial man, sharing stories and whatnot. It's clear that he knows things going on around the area. Does anybody offer any questions or requests or I don't know anything?
Yes. What is the main product in this area that they produce?
He kind of looks at you and stops and considers it and gives a slight story. He says, a bit of farming, a bit of ranching. Mostly agricultural area here.
Beefs. Yes.
He kind of gives you a strange look and nods. And he looks at Paul and says, what are you, where is your group heading? Are you on the trail for adventure? Looking to make a name for yourselves? He kind of laughs at you. And he's seen plenty of those types before. Jesse?
Pretty much.
Sorry, Walt distracted me.
God bless America. He asked you, what's your plan? Are you, what are you heading west for? Are you looking for adventure? Blah, blah, blah. What's he saying?
Yeah, we're pretty much looking around, trying to see if we can find something to keep us occupied and keep us interested. And
He kinda
hopefully something that pays well.
He lets out a hearty laugh and nods. He says, funny you should mention that.
Do tell us more.
It usually is, yes.
He said, the village of Malforton, it's a small village. It's a proud village. They're very proud that they have survived out here on the edge. They've mostly had to deal with bandits and goblins and things of that sort. And their militia, they're not the most well-equipped and most well-trained. Yes, I'm using Foundry, actually. I had to think about it. I hopped on the Foundry and about 2 to 3 weeks later discovered, I think I want to run CNC. But, what are you going to do?
Yes, goblins, you said. Tell us more about the goblins.
Oh.
They're only one step above gnomes.
I'm going to cast my racial ghost sound into Pyle's pants.
Fur-lined. Got it.
Pyle's pants are gonna have a pile in them at that rate.
How do you people?
That's why I need the earwax.
Wow, he's playing at components too. He's a good player.
It says here in the book.
A lot of people do components optionally, but I'm not going to force it heavily. But yeah, let's see here. What are actually?
Or
And
just
I would
spell focus.
So the gnome is over there casting weird shit over there, and
yes.
After a few moments, very strange sounds start emanating from his pants. What is Barbear doing in all of this?
Bullshitting with people.
But kind of listening in.
Yeah.
But anyway, Harold's going on about
drinking some beer or whatever.
Good. So Harold's still going on about more Malforton, and he goes and he says they've done well against the various riffraff of the region, but they've started to have a problem with this nasty no Gritsnack the Bold.
Oh.
Heard stories of his. He's quite a nasty fella. He said I said him and his band of raiders have been encroaching more upon the land surrounding the village and taking cattle, grain stores, stealing a few of the residents, probably selling to slavery, and stealing chickens. Stealing chickens has been a big thing, apparently.
That's just rude.
Yeah, apparently they've tried to locate Trapper, capture him. He is a very cunning hairball, and his successes have only have emboldened him to more and more cunning acts.
Whoa.
I heard he actually came into town and began demanding tribute. The Lords of... Go ahead.
Oh, see, so since he's a Gnoll, I'm going to summon a raid of an additional 39 level 1 gnomes, and I'm going to raid him. Yes.
I don't know what kind of trick that is.
Like back in the days. And it didn't suck donkey balls. Anyway.
I know it gives you strange looks, but
Why do you have dandruff?
he says, they're at their wits' end. They called upon the lords of New Adok for knights and soldiers to help defeat this Gnoll. And they were duty bound to supply those knights, but they were rebuffed and denied. The wars of the West have been consuming a lot of manpower. But there are bounties on this Gritsnak the Bold. If you go into Mount Fortin, you might find fortune and fame or death.
Perfect.
It is totally up to you. I'm just a mere merchant and peddler of information.
I say we go there.
One of the other traders starts waving off. He's like, Harold, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. It's known. It's not that Gnoll. There's no Gnoll that could be that cunning and intelligent. It's the spirits of it's the spirits that are lurking in the waters of the Drunberry. Every full moon, they are taking people back to that watery hole. They're killing people. It's no Gnoll. But the conversation kind of meanders off from there, and eventually you guys make ready for bed. Anybody keeping watch?
Yeah.
I am.
I'm not. Screw you guys.
So you guys set up a watch for the night, and it's very uneventful. Nothing's going on, and
Except for tail wagging action.
Yeah.
except for tail wagging action. You know what? We might not have well prepared DMs sometimes, but by God, we have puppies.
All the puppies.
Yeah. Admit my weakest area is casting spells. I was actually kind of wondering what it would take to cast sound on Jesse's pants. Whoa, it's Hypnotic. Last time I saw anything like that, it had tassels, according to Walt.
I mean, we could probably get it a tassel.
Yep.
Puppies with tassels. We approve. And for those who don't know, we are a 18 plus game.
And if you didn't know before, you do now.
You do now.
Too late.
Stuff like in Ghost Sound.
Do you want to lay down with your brother?
Okay. Yeah, I guess you're not. I was actually curious, Bear, if you had to roll anything for ghost sounds. I don't think you actually do.
I mean, it's the racial, so I probably.
Oh, is that the racial?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like at the very most, you would probably have to do a saving throw to keep somebody from being distracted or something like that. I'm looking at
Nobody's ever
Yeah.
distracted here. Move your head.
No, not here. It's going to be a lot easier when I actually have the player's handbook too. Anyway, so it's an uneventful night. You guys make it through. Uneventful. The traders wish you fond farewell and head off along their original route, leaving you guys to continue on to Mount Fortin.
Yep. I know the way. And
Do
I
you?
take off to the north instead of the east or wherever we are.
Oh God. The man you only know as the cleric. Well, I actually do have the player's handbook in PDF. I don't have a physical copy. I just process and absorb physical books better, and worst DM ever, right? But Bear, the cleric, and that's you don't know his name. You just know that he follows you around and occasionally casts healing spells and other shit for you. So you guys kind of thought he doesn't talk much and he's a little bit helpful. So we let him.
Will we grin and bear it?
We grin and bear it. And as Bear is like trying to go off north, he's like, and he's pointing dramatically to the west, like we're East Road. We need to go. And he takes a quick drink from his flask. The player's name is Dave.
Oh God, no.
His name might be Walt the cleric. So you guys break down and go ahead and move to the west.
Wherever we have to go.
You guys continue along the west right. You don't encounter much of anything other than some other traders and common folk, but nothing out of the ordinary. You guys realize that yes, this is definitely an agricultural area. There's herdsmen, there's a few farmers. You see them out working their fields, and make it there. The Westway itself is a dusty track leading across the plains of western New Anok. You along your journey, you have passed through several small villages before you finally end up at the settlement of Malfortin. There's about 24 or so wood and stone houses, thatched wood, roofs, and they're all huddled closer together, right there on the banks of the Drunberry River. There's large river willows and oaks clustered around the river's banks and around town. There's fields of grain on the north, south, and west of the village. There's grazing cattle even further out, and and there's herdsmen out there, and you pick up immediately that you're being watched. You've been noticed as you come out, and you start hearing horns blowing as you come up the road as you're approaching the town. And before long, you start hearing a bell in the middle of a town ringing. And people start coming out of their houses and giving you the stink eye and looking you up. They're sizing you up. What do you guys do? So, Quara, what is Barbara, the tall barbarian, doing with pink tassels in her hair and a big mustache? No way.
Hi!
God. They look, some of them are kind of like, they pull back like, she's special. And they're also kind of fearful of you because you are kind of muscular and tall. You're like really tall for women around here.
A big fucking axe?
No, you got a big sword.
Oh, sword.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you got the big sword.
Something.
Yeah, that's my sword. The one that says big motherfucker. But you notice us a few...
That's a big bitch.
God. But you can tell that they're pretty poor farmers and workers, and there's not much to their town. You might even start to doubt that how could these people offer us any reward for this supposedly bad guy, or maybe even it's the threat of Gray Snake's been exaggerated. Things like that are relative. You notice in the center of town there is the end of the empty flagon. What do you guys do?
I think we need to go empty some flagons.
Good idea.
Waiting for Jesse. Like he might.
Let's
He,
I,
get
I
it
was
done.
I was typing to you, so I couldn't talk. I can't multitask. But yeah, I guess we
Wait.
can.
Okay, Boomer.
Jesse, Jesse, that's one of those things that Yada mentioned here. I would suggest reloading. Can anybody else see the map?
No,
I have a black box.
black box.
Yep.
I'm reloading.
Okay. Yeah, everybody go reload because I'm not sure.
You do
why.
not own any token with vision in this scene. A token
Oh. Okay.
You broke it. You broke it.
Vision.
You broke it. Broke it.
No. Prototype token, fish. Oh,
We're all
okay.
blind. It's fine. That's why we can't see anything.
Configuration, vision. That fixed it.
Yay!
Okay. So yeah, you guys are here. So you guys have arrived in Malforton, and it's you guys clearly you need alcohol and you need information. So where do you go? Do you go to the empty flagon? Oh God.
Sounds good.
Where else would you go?
They might need a new step stool in there.
Oh God. Yeah, well, it was a configuration. Whoops. There's a lot of nuanced things to check in this thing. Sometimes when it works beautifully. When you miss one setting, it's a nightmare. So you guys enter the empty flagon, and as far as ends go, I'm sure you have all been on a lot better ones and torn them up in the process. Because you're those kind of people. But it's the only inn/tavern in town. When you guys sit at the bar, do you go to the table?
I can go up to the bar.
I think the bar would be good. You can hear gossip there.
Well, as you approach, they're standing at the bar with both palms here on top of the rough wooden thing. He is a yellow-haired blonde man who gives you a smile and says, "Welcome to the empty flagon. How can I help you?" And he kind of looks at the real tall woman, then he looks at the real short gnome, and then goes. Doesn't say much, but he just kind of forces a smile as one does. It's a fairly large establishment. There's a stone fireplace, single bar, dirt floor on the ground, a few tables, and it's sure they have some vacancies for rooms, and there's a few barmaids that are rushing around helping a few of the people that are serving the customers.
I'll pick up Visual Spank and set him up on top of the bar so we can actually see over it.
Bear, are you going to let this happen?
Yeah.
Okay. No rolls yet. So you set him up on the bar. And there's another man sitting at the end of the bar, and he kind of looks. You can tell he's probably the town drunk, and he kind of gives you a stink eye. It's like,
Challenge accepted.
Bar fight.
he says, "What are you doing setting your child on the bar? That's nasty. Get your nasty little baby off the bar. I drink
He's
off
out of
this
diapers.
bar."
It's fine.
He looks at you like, "Sir, that's the ugliest fucking kid I ever seen. Get it out of here."
Yeah, a kid with a beard.
I need to see his mother.
So ugly when he was born, the doctor smacked his mom.
Yeah. And Carrie was like, "God, Stacks, no, don't start anything in here again." It's like, don't let children shit on the bar. I once saw no shit on the sword back before I took an arrow to the knee.
Oh, Jesus.
Here we are again. What do you guys do or say? That got exactly what. That's a story you could tell and nobody would believe it, but there's video evidence of it. Anyway, what do you guys do? What do you say anything? Do you challenge Stags?
I'm going to walk over on the bar towards him.
Okay, and he kind of pulls back. He's like, I didn't think you were old enough. What? At least you're smart because you're ugly.
I'm going to take his drink
Okay.
and walk away with it.
Because he's just completely shocked. He's like, I had to punch you, but you're a child. So everyone's like, damn it, Stags, it's not a child, it's a gnome. Haven't you seen gnomes in this town? It's like, and then I guess I'll try to attack him.
Oh, really?
So, Bear, roll me a
Mhm.
d10.
Shit, this is in the way. D10. Roll. That is a 4.
I rolled a 5.
Sanofa.
A drunken game of full contact Scrabble.
Oh, God.
So he throws a punch her way from behind, and it like he misses, and not only does he miss, he also loses his balance in the process. He kind of goes like, huh! And goes over off his stool and into the dirt floor. It's like, oh, you bastard! How could you trip me like that? Jesse, Bear, what do you do? I'll give it to you.
What can I do? Let's have a look. See.
At this point, the cleric is standing there going,
Yeah, this only works on medium-sized and smaller. That sucks. Well, I can always give him a few dancing lights, racial dancing lights, in front of his nose.
God. So you start casting that. Jesse, what do you do? What's your half elf doing?
I guess since the gnome's causing trouble again.
Yes, well, he's gonna give him dancing lessons.
Oh, at the moment, I'll sit back and watch.
Barbara.
Beer.
You're chugging your beer.
Wow, that's nice support from everybody.
The cleric, having seen how this stuff
I'm
gets out of hand,
oblivious, probably.
he starts casting something. The guy gets up and tries to throw another punch. Wow, 2 6s in a row. A third one, I'm going to hell. He tries to throw another punch at Fizzlespank and misses again. He punches the bar. Like, oh, you bastard! You broke my hand.
Take that as a lesson.
Is that all you do? Is tell him that?
Pointing into his face. Take that as a lesson.
Carrywin's just standing there with his arms folded across his chest, shaking his head. I assume Pyle's not going to do anything.
Not yet, no.
Barbara's drinking.
Yeah.
Holy crap! We rolled a natural 20 on that save. So the cleric is over there trying to cast Hold Person, but somehow it doesn't hold. He starts getting back to his feet. And
4.
he throws a punch. He throws a punch at you, Bear. Bear, what's your AC?
Oh, no.
I think it's
12.
12. This time, he hits you. He punches you drunkenly in the face for 1 point of damage.
Wow. The fuck is he?
He clocks you right in the nose. This has already went off the rails.
Okay.
It went off the rails when you hit live.
This is true.
Fine. Let's do it this way then.
Uh-oh.
I am going to cast into his face some color spray. And I'm going to bombard him with the most amazing colors he's ever seen. Like purple and pink, which he likes. And lime fucking green. Like you paint my GTA cars.
That's good lord. Okay, what do you...
And you have the nerve to call me tacky.
Yeah,
Bears
but it
King
works.
attacky. Okay.
A rainbow cone.
Let's see here.
Oh, I might hit other people with this because it's 25 feet long.
I think everybody. I think everybody's to this side, and there's not too many people in the direction, so you're gonna be safe.
I don't care. I'm gonna burn the fucking place down.
Oh god! I think you knock him out. So you start wiggling your hands, and you shoot a rainbow in his face, and you knock him unconscious. He just goes. He drops down flat, and before you know it, he's snoring on the floor. Kerry Wynn's just standing there, just shaking his head. He's like, "That has that once a week." He has a problem.
I'm just gonna go dust my hands off.
So, Kerry Wynn shakes his head and he starts getting your drinks. And by this point, word has spread pretty good around that you guys are
Fucking up the bar.
Yeah, you're in the bar. Where the hell is that? So you guys are enjoying your drinks when the door flies open, and a number of people start coming in. And they look intent. They look like they're looking for somebody or someone. And the four of them come up right to you.
He's on the floor sleeping. Take him away.
The man who seems to be the leader just goes, he's like, I do not have time for his nonsense. He's like, he sizes up Paul's and Barbie more so because they're the most heavily armed, and well, Fizzle Spank's just a gnome. How much damage could a gnome do, right?
I gotta show him.
Yeah. And he's like, who are you people and what are you doing in our town? What is your intention?
Well, right now we're just watching drunks be drunks.
As one does.
And we're just kind of seeing if there's any opportunities for work or anything that could be of interest.
See him trying not to die again. Well, he kind of looks at you skeptically. The man who seems to be in charge kind of nods and adventurers in the form of a question. You guys kind of nod yes to that, I assume.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
He nods and he says, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Errol Hoskin. I'm the local militia leader, and some consider me the de facto leader of this small establishment. where did you hear that there are opportunities in this place? And he's kind of giving the stink eye and kind of confrontational.
Going to go to the toilet and going to stink up the place because everybody's giving us the stink eye.
Shitty gnomes.
Oh yeah.
What do you got,
Better watch out.
Jesse? Zog?
I'm just there.
Well,
looking
he asked
around
you a question.
clueless.
Well, he asked you guys a question.
I mean, on the road, people said that there might be opportunities here.
He looks at you for a minute and then says one word, Grisnack? Question mark.
I haven't talked to him. No.
That was the name of the problem, the knoll.
Oh, I know. But does she?
Huh?
I said I know that, but does she?
The merchant said that Grisnack the bold was causing trouble. So yes, you would recognize that this is.
Oh, okay.
I mean, this is kind of the reason you guys came here. So it's like Grisnack, like asking, like, "Is that why you're here? Did you hear about this on the road?"
Yeah.
He sighs deeply and says, "Sometimes your adventures are more trouble. No, adventures are usually more trouble than you're worth. While your interest is appreciated," he kind of laughs at you and says, "I doubt the four of you," and he gestures towards the door towards the loo. He's like, "Oh," as the stench hits that part of the bar. I doubt you people have much success. I and my 40 militiamen have had a hell of a time even trying to get an idea of where this beast is. What makes you think you could do anything?"
Well, you never know until you try. And the pay's right.
He kind of stops for a minute and he says, I don't want to fight with you people, but I'm not exactly trusting of mercenaries. And then one of the other people in the back, he says, "Well, that's exactly what they are. They came here for war. They're profiteers. Nothing more than bounty hunters, mercenaries. Maybe they're brigands. Maybe they're here to rob us." And Ariel kind of holds his hand and says, "Shush." He shushes them. It's like, he kind of shrugs. He says, "I suppose we have nothing to lose." And he kind of lowers his voice a little bit. He says, "If you are able, we could help. We could use help. I suspect we have people in this town who have been feeding information to Gritsnock about the strength of the militia or weaknesses. But I don't know. It's mere suspicion, just a gut instinct. You understand?" And the cleric is like back there on our soldier's chest going, this is knowing deep, head nodding stuff. Barry, you still in the loo?
No, I'm coming back at this point.
Yeah, so okay, as the door opens, the stench really hits the place again. And he chokes.
Some gnomes shit on swords, other gnomes shit on inns.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Give me that.
It's like, well, I'll tell you of our situation, and maybe we can work something out. I mean, if you all get yourself killed, I mean, what's the worst that could happen other than maybe provoking Gritsnack into actually raiding the village? You never know. But some of the lords of New Anon are not happy about the problem out here, even though they have not offered to send us the soldiers that I I personally went and requested. They have posted bounties. Let me tell you about this Noel. Grisnock the Bold. It's an appropriate name. He's a massive of a Noel and the most mean-spirited one you've ever seen. That's saying something about a Noel. He is very well aware that we do not have the means or ability to confront his troops and defeat him and face a combat. He no longer fears reprisals from us because there's no threat to him. He's demanding tribute from us. Oh, and you can tell he's getting very just highly miffed about the situation he's dealing with. He says, the worst part about the extortion has worked. No one wants to challenge him now. He receives tribute on a basis. A few chickens here, a cow there. A smelly gnome sometimes. But
Well, that would piss him off.
and I have heard that he's aware of the bounty. But he believes he is safe in his lair with many goblins.
About that bounty, how much is it?
He looks at you and says, I'm getting from that.
And get there a bit faster.
He's like, well. He says, we believe that he is encamped in an ancient temple somewhere to the north or west. It was a temple of the Horned One, an evil place, long forgotten, which is the other problem. He knows he can hide there without much fear. We do not know where this place is. But reward. He looks at the gnome, and like, this is what I can offer. Once you have killed and proven the death of this nasty Noel, I will give you this. And he pulls out this golden enameled ring. He says, this ring in itself is not worth that much, but if you present this to a lord in New Aina, I can guarantee you will be rewarded with at least 250 gold. And you guys know 250 gold is quite a bit of coin in this part of the world. And of course, if you find anything, that's fine. I don't care.
Yes.
I guess we could take a look at this.
Well, that will feel free to wander around the village, and there's people who might be able to help you. Like I said, we do not know have a lot of information about the whereabouts of him. We know he's out in the hills, him and his goblins. And may the whatever god you believe in bless you, because you're going to need it. And he says, I have business to attend to. Once you've found out more, you can come find me. Good day. And unless somebody says something, he wanders off.
All right.
So what do you guys do?
Standing on the bar top, I'm going to say, who knows where the temple is?
You hear snoring from down below where Stag's still out.
I'm going to pour some beer on him.
He's still...
I'm going to throw the cup at him or the mug or whatever the fuck it's in.
Yeah, the mug bounces off his head. It's probably sturdy. He's out of it. The bartender looks at you. He's like, I know he's an ass, but can you please not knock out what little sense he has left?
I'm considering... No, I'm not going
God. Oh, Lord.
Nope.
Just
Fine.
So, you try to question anybody else in the bar. I mean, right now, besides the sleeping drunk, you got the bartender there. You got a couple of the barmaids who have a suspicious resemblance to the bartender. And there's a couple of other customers. Look, it's Thor. What do you guys do?
I'm going to pet Thor.
You pet Thor. Asking any questions?
Yes.
Who do you ask?
Is he big enough? No, he's not a boring animal. It's not a boring animal.
No, you need a
Thor's
wiener
getting
dog for that.
heavy.
That's one of the puppies we rescued during when a strange person from up north visited. Oh, wait a minute. We don't have to worry about that no more.
Right, we can say it now. When Nay
Yeah.
was visiting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, I'll ask the barkeep if he's heard anything since they tend to hear most things.
he kind of looks at you and he's like, I don't know. If I was me personally, I've got a rotten feeling about this, boys and girls. Good rotten feeling between my toes. That Grisnack, he's serious business. He's killed some people I've known. You might not want to tangle with him.
I'm gonna tangle with him and then some.
Yeah,
But
it's always worth throwing a gnome at.
About that time, the door opens and a man walks in dressed in plaid because obviously we had plaid in Tolkien-esque medieval times. You can tell though he's probably some sort of lumberjack, and he sits down ordering a thing of ale. What else do you guys do or ask, or do you ask anybody else?
I missed that.
I'm just
part.
wondering where they've been leaving like tribute to this knoll.
Is that what you ask? Or who do you ask about?
I mean, I'm just gonna be like just like slow response to, you know, what the guy was saying. Like he's already gone, but I'm just kind of like, I just want to know where they're leaving these, you know, tributes.
The bartender kind of shrugs and says, I don't even know if people are actually paying tribute to that nasty knoll. But there is a knoll. And that's the point that the lumberjack kind of pipes up. And he says, y'all talking about Grisnock?
Yeah.
He's like, I've heard in my travels that also he travels to the north along the banks of the Drunberry River, which the town is sitting on. You can see it in the map there. It says, I've heard he's so bold, he only travels with a few guards. And he's out there meeting others of his kind. What they're discussing, what they're doing. If you want to kill the bastard, go find him.
Do you want to solve whatever issue the puppies are having? Being loud.
So that's kind of what you gather from the conscious members of the bar. And there's other people that don't look like they would probably know much of anything. So what do you guys do?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch. Where along the Drunderberry River are they leaving the tributes?
He didn't say that they were leaving tribute. He said he travels somewhere north.
Travels. Okay.
Can I use a mythology to know something about this? Even though I'm not from there.
Well, Bear, roll me. Let me think here. Roll me a wisdom check.
That is
Plus, since you have mythology, that's going to be plus 1. So get a 17 or higher.
Nope.
The mentioning
know
of the horn,
nothing.
the mentioning of the horn god. You're familiar with the history and shenanigans that he got up to in these regions a long time ago, but you know the regional history and myths, but you don't know anything specific.
Roger that.
What are you guys going to do?
Well, I guess we should, since he said it was north along the river, possibly. We should probably head out of town and start heading up on the river. See if we can see any tracks or anything.
The cleric has been kind of quiet, but he then kind of stands and starts looking around the deal, and he goes outside, open and leaves the door. As he does, he leaves the door open. He turns, and you can see him, and he starts doing this.
Stop letting him drink all the time.
He's like, does anybody say anything?
That way, that way, that way, that way.
He goes like this and then points at the ground like that.
Are you wanting to go underground?
He goes,
To be fair,
and
she's
people
a
are walking by.
barbarian.
He's walking. There are people walking by, and he's pointing at them.
You people there, do you know about the horn thing?
People gonna be like, of course we do.
Spotlight them.
Everybody knows about the Horn of God and the
Where is
evil
it?
he's so. Well, I don't know. Let me walk off. Carrywin kind of looks at you, the bartender. He's like, if you guys are looking, you could ask around town. I mean, we do have a lot of people. We have a few people in this town. They get around. They might know something. But I'm just the bartender. And the cleric goes,
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
so are you guys going to
No.
go out and try to start searching along the river? Are you going to seek more information?
I think probably searching. Might be able to pick up something.
I mean, it's a village. They usually have a kind of marketplace, right? Or a central square kind of thing where there's like the holy place and whatever the fuck else.
The town
So-
green.
I'm gonna get a soapbox,
Okay.
literally. I'm gonna step on it.
Well,
So-
there
So now
across
you're
from
waist high.
God, across from the tavern, there is a establishment, the Rope and Barrel. It's the only trading store in town.
Oh, I
Are you
could
gonna
go
go-
there and ask.
So you going over there?
Yeah, I'm going over there.
Anybody else going with him?
Yeah.
Sure.
So you guys go over there, and the cleric is just takes a hit off his drink. So you guys go in there, and you find a large, grizzled old man with a large, unkept beard, and he's there chewing tobacco. Welcome to my establishment. My name's Walker Shrub. How can I help you?
Was he a Texas Ranger once?
May have been.
I'm
Punch him
gonna
and
walk
try
up
find
to
out.
him. Well, up to the thingy my pop.
As you guys are walking up from the back, you hear, whoa.
Knock it off, Freedom.
You hear, "Urgh."
Damn it, Freedom.
Right? Oh, she stole a toy out of the puppy's crate.
So
She
as
shouldn't
you
have
enter,
to.
if you look around, you're going to notice that it's stocked with rope, barrel, salt, lamp oil, some common weapons, but nothing too exciting. But from the back, you start hearing, you hear a shrill voice. Walker, you lazy piece of shit! All you do is sit around and you never organize the store, clean it. I had to do everything, work my fingers to the bone, and then cook supper. It's like, shut up! Last night you burned the sandwiches. Don't tell me how to do my job.
It's China. Old China.
Yeah.
He's like, and shut up, we have customers. He's like, oh, well, see if your charismatic personality can actually sell something, you fat ass. And Trollord Games never looked at us again. He shakes his head. He's like, how may I help you?
Do you know anything about the Hornet? Good sir.
He'll explain, yes. I mean, most of you guys would know about the Horn God, and this is some ancient Tolkien-esque type bullshit where great evil empires brought down, and there was temples and stuff like that. It's not exactly uncommon knowledge. It's just
Where is the
your
temple?
character, and he kind of shrugs. He says, I don't know. I've never really been outside of town very much. He's like, he's like, all I know is that Gresnak has a spy in town. He tells them if anything foul is afoot. He's probably running off to communicate to him right now.
A spy, you say?
Yeah, there's rumors of our people that are sellouts. I mean, their money spends well here. I wish they'd spend their money here instead of on that nasty butt-licking knoll. But what are you gonna do?
I'm going to go out, get my soapbox, and I start yelling, Graysnock is a pussy. Graysnock is a pussy. He doesn't know how to fight. He's scared. He doesn't dare to come here.
Are you really gonna do that?
I'm going to do that. I'm going to challenge the little shit. And his band of idiots. It's a null. What's it going to do?
He's gonna null you.
So you're standing up there and raising hell. How long do you go about doing
At
that?
3 feet, I'm raising hell.
Well, with your box, you're at least waist high.
Yay! For I don't know, for a while, for a couple of minutes. About 15 minutes or so. until they get bored of me.
So this is going on for a while before finally a woman approaches and she's just looking at you like you're batshit crazy.
Maybe.
And she shakes her head but steps up and is like, Master Gnome, may I have a word with you?
Sure.
Why are you insulting, standing here screaming obscenities?
Because Krishnak is an idiot.
I don't know if I call him an idiot. He has this town pretty well boxed in and under his thumb.
It just tells me you're not very good at this. So where is he?
Oh, God.
Tell me where he is! Tell me where he is, woman! Pointing up at her.
He's like, please stop pointing at my chest. I find it kind of disconcerting.
I'm getting my X-ray vision goggles.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Oh, kitty.
It's like,
I had Molly, and now I have Smudge.
She shakes her head. He says, I know most people here, they don't know where he is. If they knew where he is, they'd probably killed him by now. All they know is that he's held up in some lost, forgotten temple. Do you know what the mean lost and forgotten is? As she crosses her arms over her chest as she starts to feel uncomfortable by the gnome.
How can something be lost and forgotten, but you all know it's there?
She looks at you. She's like, sweet blonde-haired child. She kind of laughs a little bit at you. It's like, just because we know it exists from legend and myth doesn't mean we know exactly where it is.
But it can't be forgotten if you still know something's there. Like it can be lost.
I think you might need to do a wisdom check to make that argument. I think you need to do a wisdom check on that argument. But you can tell she's getting a headache.
You want me to?
Like, no. But you're amusing people. My name is Amanda Ryan. Says, I'm a worshiper of Winifar, and you guys recognize that as the goddess of the Fae. It's like, there's a problem here, and she kind of looks around at some of the other people before she lowers her voice, and I know the Fae and the Pixies of this land quite well. So if I could help you, I would gladly help you. I'm very concerned about Snack, and I'm waiting for my next meeting with the Pixies. I'm hoping that I may glean some information about his doings and his whereabouts. Right now, I don't know. I can promise you, though, they much rather have these people here rather than him. They'd rather have nobody and have the lands back to themselves, but it is what it is.
How big is she?
5'8".
She doesn't fall into that then.
What the hell are we gonna do?
I was pondering influence, but it needs to be medium-sized or smaller humanoid. And she's a bit too big for that.
She's like, I would recommend talking and asking around, maybe scout around the village. I mean, a beast like Ritsnack has not survived this long by being stupid.
Hey, Ranger, do some scouting.
And she stops. She says, there may be someone who may be able to talk to. He knows much about the surrounding territory.
And who would that be?
His name is Kynet. She kind of clears her throat and looks a little bit awkward. But he knows things. The animals, man. She points north and says, he lives up the river from here. It's a small shack. It's made of driftwood and bramble. You won't miss it. But be kind to him. He's not like us. He says,
So he's not a total asshole.
she looks at you like, I have treated you with respect and kindness. I have not spouted off vulgarities like your small self.
We're calling small here.
She's like,
That'd probably
like-
be you.
it reminds me of Scrappy from Scooby Doo. Come on, I'll fight you. Come on.
Happy do.
She's like,
Pretty much.
may the goddess bless you in your journeys. I hope you succeed. And she turns and wanders off. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm just a gnome illusionist, so I can't burn her village down.
Well, maybe not for real. But all right, let's.
But you can get them to flood their village because they think it's on fire.
I'm not.
Let's
I'm not
head
allowed
out
to-
and see if we can find this guy in his shack.
It's the love shack. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh God.
There's a gnome with us.
No.
There is no love.
That's anti gnome. hate speech right
Anti-gnome
there.
propaganda.
Y'all be ashamed of yourself for saying such things about the gnome. And the cleric is still, he's just following behind you guys, shaking his head the whole way, as you know, one does. So you guys, you start following the edge of the river, as she told you. And after a little while, you spot a shack.
Is it a love shack?
No, it's a crap shack. No, it's just a little shack. Do you approach?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll walk up and tap on the frame door if it has one.
I'm
It
going to
has,
stay
like-
behind all them.
It has like a canvas sheet hanging over for a door.
Yeah, so I'll just knock on the door frame area.
Who
See it.
goes there? You hear across. You don't hear it from in the building, but you hear it from your left, kind of up on a hill. There's a figure standing up there with a bow. You really can't make out the details of his face.
Just some people looking to ask a couple questions about the area.
He nods and he starts coming down slowly. He still has his bow, and he doesn't have an arrow in his hand, but Gets down there. As he gets closer, you notice what she meant by he's not like us. The man has a strange form of leprosy across his face and arms.
And so is a
That
half
you can
orc.
see. That's just hateful against people with leprosy, man. This
I'm a
poor man
gnome.
is scarred and he's been ostracized. He's walking down and he's kind of giving you a stink eye because he expects that you guys are gonna probably treat him like shit here pretty quick. What do you say? What do you do?
Uh, one, I'll make sure I'll keep my distance. Not like across the field distance, but just
6
Yeah.
feet.
6 feet.
I'll keep my
Put your
6
mask on.
feet. Grab a cloth, put it over my face. Start looking for toilet paper,
Drink
and
some drink some bleach.
and then I'll ask him if he knows where Fruit Snack is, or anywhere to find him.
He points back to the village like if you want fruit, you've come to the wrong place. Go back to the village. There's a market that has some fruit. He just shakes his head. He says, "My name's kind of, as the villagers call me, the leper."
I'm giving an introduction with as many I words to describe me as awesome as possible, which takes maybe about 5 minutes.
Oh my god. He just stares at the gnome and
Impeccable
says nothing.
illustrious illusionist.
It's like, you're looking for information about Krusnak? Is that what you're looking for?
Yes.
Yeah, Fruit Snack.
He nods a bit and says, "May be able to help you a little bit." Says, "I hunt the land surrounding this village. I spent a lot of time out there, as you might imagine," and kind of gestures at the scarring and growths on his face. And
I know how it feels. I'm a gnome.
he looks at you like, "You know what? There's a lot of people that are prejudiced against people of short stature like they are of people that have my condition." He says, "I bet they are." He says, "I understand you, brother."
Brother. Oh, God.
He
Yeah, but
says,
lepers aren't fun to kick.
the cleric is just,
I should have been a wizard. I just fireball all of you.
you could polymorph Jesse into a gnome. And then cast hold person on him so he couldn't commit suicide.
Yes.
He says, the gnome has become a serious problem in these lands. He says, he says, "I know the location of the old Imperial Road along the river, on the Dreamberry River Valley. He says, further north here along the eastern banks, the goblins, they move up and down the river unmolested.
Goblins.
The goblins,
goblins.
at least some of the goblins, have been known to be in leagues with Grosnak."
You just don't like goblins because they're taller than you.
Kill all the goblins! Throws a short fit. Rah, goblins.
Cleric kind of is back there and what? He looks at you guys, and I have a feeling the next question you're going to ask is, where's he hiding? Where's the temple of Balin Nak?
There's this lost, forgotten temple that everyone, seems to have not forgotten about.
I guess the Temple of Balls of Neck.
Balls of Nak.
Ballsack?
Yeah, probably.
He says,
Humans.
he's like, I know of an ancient elven tower that's northeast of here, but it's a temple. I don't know what it is, but it's not simple. The goblins, however, he looks at Pile and says, "You, who? What are you?" He says, "You look like an elf that could track a fair bit decently."
Yeah, I'm sure I could find what we're looking for if I just had a general area to start looking. So,
I've heard stories that this temple is somewhere on the northeastern banks or nearby. Maybe if you find the goblins, you can track them back to wherever he is.
Right.
yeah, that should be easy enough. They're as dirty as gnomes are usually.
I give him the stink eye.
You don't deny it.
Stink
His eye
eye.
does stink. No apologies for that joke.
I am going to shit on his bow when he's asleep.
You people. He stands there kind of considering things for a moment, and he says, "Tell you what, why don't all of you go and have a good night's rest, and we will cross the river in the morning."
Cool, I can prepare spells. Yes.
Okay, I guess so. I'll check around the area while everyone's settling.
Okay. So you guys are gonna rent a room at the Flagon. Bear, or is your gnome going to be in his room preparing spells most of the night?
Yep.
So at some point, Stags comes wondering, he's like, "Where is that little child? I'll whip his ass. Where is he?" Eventually, he's pushed out. But what do the rest of you do?
Oh, I wanted to club him in the balls.
I mean, you can still come out. You want to you want to take another fight with him?
When they toss him out, I'm going to sneak out with my complete lack of ability to sneak. I'm going to stalk him with my complete inability to stalk anything because I'm an illusionist
Mm-hmm.
and not a rogue.
You find that he has passed out again after dark, out behind the tavern.
I'm going to use. Open you stupid thing. I'm going to use my inkwell and quill, and I'm going to paint a dick on his face. Right on the forehead.
Nice.
Bear, I want you to roll a 1d20.
Yes.
I want you to do a dexterity check. And just tell me what you get. This is a test of how well you draw the penis.
That is a 15 with my dex plus 2.
Let's see here. Let me look. Oh, that's a 5. So you draw a fairly accurate depiction of a dick. It's got textured balls, a little bit of hair, a well-defined head. It's cartoonish, but it works.
Larry Summers pops up and says, "That's a good penis!"
Oh, God, Larry Summers.
Puts on his shades again and disappears.
And as you're finishing this, the cleric is standing over and looking down at you with black-headed face going. And he makes the sign of his order.
Let's just go.
God.
Sock, what are you doing in all this? Are you drinking in the bar?
Am I what?
Are you drinking in the bar?
Yeah.
A skinny man comes here. He's like, "Hey, good looking. What are you doing? I ain't seen you around here."
I'm drinking.
Like, would you like to not drink alone?
There's people here. It's fine.
He sits down next to you. You do have remember your class abilities.
I can't remember what I don't know.
Look at your sheet.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what fucking tab all that shit's on.
you want to try to intimidate this dude?
Not yet. No.
He's like, yeah, but a lot of people here, but none of them are quite as lovely as you are. Look at those I've never seen little bows like this and such pretty.
Do not touch me.
He's like, but it's so pretty. I bet it looks. Do you wash your hair?
Grab his hand.
No.
Do not touch me.
Just gonna fold him together.
But he's still kind of like, but it's. He's kind of wiggling the hands. Like, at what part do you want to start intimidating?
Right now. Just a
Okay,
little.
roll me a 1d20 plus 2, I think actually. You do have seduction skill.
No.
She's a barbarian. Her seduction is
17.
bonk.
Got 17. And he's kind of okay. You're going to intimidate him. How do you do it? And you're going to do it fairly well.
I'm going to keep a hold of his hand and just gradually
Perfect.
squeeze. A little bit tighter, a little bit tighter.
Oh my! I bet you're just so fine.
Lean up until I am looking down at him. I said,
sorry.
not touch me. You get like, creepy doll grin. Do not touch me. And shove him off the bar stool.
Yeah, I'm watching
On
this
the
with my
floor.
X-ray vision.
The cleric is just kind of like the black guy who's always like, he goes up to the guy on the floor and he goes, Whoa. That was almost as good as my Nicolas Cage. So you guys gonna get any more shenanigans tonight, or you just gonna drink and go to bed, and you're gonna finish your spell prep?
I'm gonna finish my spell prep.
Okay. Anybody else?
I was still just looking around outside the town area. Just getting used to the area around here. And
Okay.
then I'll eventually come in and go to bed.
I've had enough beer. That sounds
And
good.
you beat up a man.
Yeah.
Yay.
I'm going to go to my room. I'm going to shove a chest in front of the door.
Hmm.
Or dresser. No, whatever. Something heavy.
Well, you guys have a fairly uneventful, quiet night. You have a uneventful night. You get some good sleep, and you wake up the next morning. Did you guys do anything in the morning besides pack your gear and?
I need some breakfast and some bacon.
Look for some food.
And
Bacon, bacon, bacon,
Oh
bacon.
dear God!
put the furniture back where I got it from. Pack my stuff.
Okay. You pack your stuff. Once you assemble outside, you're gonna head and find the leper.
Sure.
Jesse. This is like
Yeah.
one of those multiplayer games where everybody's voting.
Yeah, I guess we can go out and go talk to him again.
So you guys head out there, and you find that he's already prepared. He's in his hunting garb, and he's got his bow and a weapon ready. It's like, glad to see you early. I like that. When do we set out?
Sooner the better.
Sooner the better. Awesome.
Yeah.
So he doesn't say anything before he just takes off, starts walking to the north. But he mentioned that they were more so that the goblins have been spotted on the east side of the river. Oh, no. I'm getting puppy pictures. I'm sorry. I'm horribly distracted now. Do you guys say anything about the fact that he's going in potentially a different area, different direction?
Um, it seemed like he knew where he would direction to go. So once we get, if we get near the area, I can start checking for tracks and see if anything sticks out.
He leads you to about a mile. The fuck? What the? I'm pretty sure.
Uh-oh.
Is this the tombstone picture?
He broke it.
Yes. Yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's like, what? I'm like, is that it? I think it is.
It is.
Wow.
You have
What?
to share it now.
Oh yeah, I gotta share that shit. That's why, like when Walt's here, he's does his best to break the DM, and he does a very good job of it. Here we go.
It's from the picture of you holding Mal with his bow tie on.
Oh,
His new bow tie.
oh, but he's new. My God, fancy.
There you go.
You need to move it over a little bit.
Oh, yeah, because see, I didn't realize. I didn't see that part. My brain went to the dog and like, wait, what? Or the mustache is so goddamn convincing, I just didn't notice it.
It's you and Mal.
Oh, do you know what the horrible part? Oh god, it's a shame Nay's not here because he made me the fucking Bill Paxton. Oh. Wow. Thank you, Walt. Thank you. I'm just going to leave that up there. Now I want to do a Western, but one of the gunfighters is a dog. So he leads you about a mile north of Malforton up onto this kind of craggy looking ridge. And from up there, you can tell it's a very, very generous vantage point of the local area. He points towards the east. He says, that is the land that is occupied by the gnolls, the goblins, and the beast that you are looking for. Now, from there, he starts kind of giving you guys a basic description of the East March, a local lesson in geography, right? And he says, as he's pointing towards the east, he says, we're going to go that way. Any questions?
No, I guess I'll start looking for any tracks or disturbances to.
He pats you on the back and says, not yet, son, on the other side of the river. And he gives you a real good hard pat with his gloved hand that yesterday you saw was pretty well leopard. And he walks off with a smirk. But he leads you guys down to the river and eventually finds a section of it that is actually traversable, except for the gnome.
Yeah, carry me over it.
Who's going to carry the gnome?
The cleric.
Cleric is like, he turns around and feels his back, like, oh, and he points at his knees.
Carry me, barbarian.
Like a sack of potatoes. Ass in the air, head hanging down.
It's better than walking.
So, Zoc, you're going to carry him over across the river like that?
Yep.
I want you to roll me a dexterity check. 1d20
God.
plus 2.
If you drop me, I'm going to haunt you forever.
12.
2. So as you are walking through the water, you feel something very scaly and sharp brush up against your leg, and it's kind of recoil.
For dex
What?
check, you sure it should be +2 and not -2?
No, the way Siege Engine works is you have since dexterity is your prime attribute. Basically, it sets the base level is 12. Then I put a challenge level, so you had to get a higher than 14.
Oh,
And you rolled
wow.
You stumble and you drop the gnome. Bear.
Oops.
You drop the gnome. You drop the gnome. Roll me a dexterity check. 1d20 plus 2.
For who? Me or him?
Him.
Okay.
That is a 15.
You hit the water and you manage to grab a hold of a rock and not be swept away.
Yes!
Put the
Help!
water, it's like in your face. And you're choking in water. And the
Need some
players are
help
standing
here. Help!
Oh no, Troll Lord Games, Chuck. It is hounds. There are lots of hounds in this group. Who's gonna save the gnome?
I'll walk over and grab him by his collar and start dragging him out.
Do you resist?
No.
He drags you to safety.
Thank you.
The cleric is following around going, but not actually laughing.
Oh, he's gonna have some dancing lights in his pants later.
Whoa. If he could talk, he'd be like, actually, he goes. So you guys managed to make it across the river. The leper looks at you guys and says, "You guys are very lucky. That river could have swept him far, far down the river." Yeah, Chuck, we're suckers. We live in the woods and we save animals, including gnomes.
Fuck you. I'm going to color spray you.
Promises. Promises, Night Stalker.
If that's what you want to call it these days.
Chuck, I am in Arkansas. I am just a couple hours north of Troll Lord Games, and I think I'm just probably about an hour and a half east of Davis, I believe. I think he lives up in. I think he lives up near what's that town? It's where Yaleville, actually. I think it's Yaleville or Harrison. I can't remember. Well, I might sound like Davis, but a lot of people think I act like a Stephen Chenault that's 20 years younger. Because, I mean, this and the way I eat my burgers, it's kind of uncanny. It freaked me out, actually, a little bit. And I get distracted by aliens, too, among other things. So you guys make it... so... God. So you guys make it across the river. The leper kind of gestures to Piles and says, "Do your work, son. Let's see how good of a tracker you're on." You're fine, Chuck. There's nobody here that behaves. See, we are a mixture of very juvenile delinquents who are all either ex-military, first responder, or just natural born delinquents. So, and it's mostly Walt's fault too.
I'm all three, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, and Walt's just a
Yeah.
bad person. So Jesse, what are you gonna do?
I guess I'll finally use my tracking and see if I can notice anything that's disturbed this side of the river.
Okay, roll me a 1d20 plus one because you don't actually have any wisdom modifiers. That sucks. That's a very good roll, though. So you start, unlike my ranger, you don't find sand. I mean, granted, Kane did actually, pick up the trail pretty quick in the old school D&D game last time. But your ranger, you start poking around the bushes and the land and one trees, and you finally find tracks that you recognize as wolf tracks, but they're heavily laden. You're pretty sure that these are probably goblins riding wolves, and it's heading north.
Damn it.
Irmo!
I'll pass on the information and start making our way north.
And wolves aren't boring animals.
Oh God.
Maybe you'll find. If only they rode gnomes. So
That's a completely different kind of show.
you follow the trail for about an hour, 2 hours, and you start to lose it a little bit. Give me another tracking roll. 1d20 plus 1, please. You're muted.
That would be a
Boomer.
2.
Ooh. So you rolled a 2. You lose the trail. But to the northeast, you do see the remains of a tower. And your leper friend says that is the ruins of Cuthred Ondale. I would not advise visiting that location.
Okay. I will backtrack a little bit and see if I can pick up the trail. And
Okay. Roll me another tracking check. Plus 1.
16.
Damn. You nailed it just right. Okay. You pick up a faint trail. Very faint. You pick it up again, and it's veering off. Like the temple's here, or that tower's here, and it's veering this way. You guys start tracking? You guys do anything else?
I'll just keep my eyes on tracks.
I'm going to complain about being wet. Because I don't like being wet. What the fuck are these people doing?
Well, at least you can't be that wet. You're too short to be anything else.
The leper says, "Hopefully you don't shrink. You don't have much more to lose." The cleric stands behind him and starts doing this. So as you guys are having a shrinkage discussion, that the cleric's falling behind and doing this. That's smart.
God.
So another couple hours pass, and you hear that the howl of wolves in the distance, and at one point your leper friend kind of stops you, and finally in the distance you see a band of goblins heading to the south, riding their wargs hard and fast. What do you guys do? He says, "I think we're in the right track."
I'm going to hide in the barbarian's backpack.
Sword.
Well, it doesn't seem that they've noticed you.
Well, I'm small, they can't notice me.
I mean, the group in general.
I guess I can forge ahead a bit and see if I can get a better idea of the numbers that we're tracking and that caught a glimpse of.
You don't find anything immediately ahead, but you guys reach a certain point. And the leopard tells you, he says, he takes his bow and taps on the ground. He says, "This here's the Imperial Road." He says, "You, my feelings, my instincts would tell me that you would most likely do well to follow this road and keep looking for tracks, and you may find your quarry." He said, "I cannot,
Okay.
I cannot, I cannot, I can go no further. I only plan to follow you as far as the Fallow Hills." And
All right. Well, we don't want you leaving bits and pieces of yourself all over the place.
he just shakes his head at you. It's like, "Godspeed, my friends. I hope you find your quarry." And he turns and, for he disappears off in the woods. You guys keep following the highway.
Yeah.
So you start following, and Jesse, your character, you pick up some trails of goblins and other signs on and off, but you don't find anything. You don't find any obvious encampments. You find a lot of traffic. You find traffic going here and there, but
Don't eat it.
it seems like there's a convergence along from different directions from the highway, and it's going to the north. You travel a couple of days more. On the third day of travel, you encounter. Let's see. What's that counter table say? Oh wow! I'm going to make this interesting. Let me see here. You guys are puttering along when Bear,
Mhm.
your listening check. That's a wisdom check, is it not? Actually, I
Where
might
is
have this.
racist?
Let's see, race. I should have that right here. Let me see what it
52.
says about
No
enhanced
race.
hearing. Shit, I'm not sure how listening checks work in C.
It's a rogue and assassin modifier. It does not apply to me.
Do what now?
It's a rogue and assassin modifier.
But I have improved listening.
It wouldn't really apply to me.
No,
But then
no.
again, I have an
Bear.
enhanced hearing.
Yeah, you get a plus free. So we're going to try this a couple ways. See, Nopes really
Okay.
have really good hearing, so I want to see how this goes. Roll me a 1d20 plus free.
Donk. Yes!
Also,
Kinda.
Jesse's a man. There's no way he has advanced listening.
He's a
It's on
half
my-
elf.
It's on my elvish side.
There's no way he has half listening or advanced listening. Half listening, maybe.
Jesse, roll me a 1d20 plus 2. You do not hear it. Bear, as you guys are tracking along off the side of the ruins of this ancient, like, granite stoned highway. Now, Bear, you're gonna, since you know a little bit about mythology and probably a little bit about local lore, you know that the Imperial Road is an ancient roadway that stretched from the heart of the Horned One's empire in the Dreadmire all the way to the sea. The whole roadway was paved with large blocks of granite carved by giants and placed in the earth by some of the greatest engineers of the age. But it has the test of time has not been kind, and time and nature has slowly destroyed the road, and it's a lot of it's buried. But you guys can still, since you have found this section of you're having a pretty good time following it. But as you're going, there are trees along the road, but you hear the sound of like a faucet running, like water splattering on a rock.
I'm going to bore them all with information about the history of the road,
Okay.
because that's what we do.
Okay.
And then I'm going to tell them, and there's water running there.
Yeah, you're not sure if it's water. It sounds like liquid hitting a rock.
Maybe someone is peeing. A giant, maybe.
I mean, it's faint. No one else hears it, but you do. So you know it's not a giant. But you know it's, and you kind of point off to your left.
Somewhere.
All right. I guess with that information, I will try to quietly move in that direction.
Are you going to move silently as an ability?
That sounds like a good plan. Since
Roll me a 1d20 plus. Let's see, what's your modifiers here? +4. You
15.
made it. Let's see. Okay, so you're sneaking around, and soon you hear it too. What weapons do you have ready?
I'll have my bow ready.
I'm going to use my silent ability as well that I don't have, and I'm going to step on every branch in the fucking forest. I'm a gnome illusionist. I do scholars things. I don't
Are you really
really
gonna? Are you
do-
really gonna do that?
Yes,
Okay, so
I'm a gnome.
yeah, so Piles is sneaking up, bow ready, very carefully, and, he's
Crack.
sneaking up, and then he comes around the tree and he sees the back of a goblin, and the goblin, his hands are in front of him, and you see, yes, he is believing himself in the woods, and
What a
Jesse, you think your elf thinks, oh man, this is gonna be perfect. I could easily take him alive. I can kill him. I can do whatever you want. Crack. Roll initiative. Actually, D10s. Who wants to roll group initiative?
I'm going to roll group initiative.
Okay.
What do I need?
Roll a D10.
Oink. That is a 4.
Should have let someone else roll.
We're dead. Yes.
The goblin he turns. He doesn't even bother to snip up his appendage or anything like it. He's still standing there. He just turns around and his face goes. He screeches, pulls a dagger, and lunges at Jesse.
Oh god, with his pants still down.
Yeah, and since his pants are kind of down, he stumbles and misses. Jesse, you have next in line.
While he's stumbling past me, I'll just take a step back and take a quick shot at him using my sharpshooter advantage.
Okay, let's see here.
Which I can get a +1 to damage if I'm within 30 feet.
Okay, real quick, I am gonna give you a quick hint. Since this is like a starter deal, I am gonna be very generous as a DM. This goblin is not a very big goblin, and he doesn't look like. I mean, he's kind of scrawny and little, in more ways than one, and it doesn't look like. I mean, if you hit him, you're gonna kill him outright. So, roll if you still want to try to get a kill shot with the arrow, and go for it. Roll me 1d20 plus whatever. And mind you, on your sheet, the total hit to roll does not factor in your advantage, so you'll have to add that into.
All right. I'm seeing if I had anything that added to the 2 hit, but it doesn't look like it.
Okay.
Oh, no, I do have a +1. Okay, so that would be D20 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Be a 15.
Roll damage.
Poor guy.
So
Oh, really poor guy.
D6 plus 1, 2, 3, and then +1 for that. 1, and then he's humanoid. Boop.
I don't know why you'd have him rolling for this, honestly, because I know the outcome.
Jesus. He got
That'd
so
be-
many bugs.
You drop
That'd be
down,
8.
you release that line, the arrow, and it goes clean through his throat and out the back. He gurgles and blood falls. He falls backward and everything flops up and down as he hits the ground.
And as I'm glaring at the gnome, I will go to try to retrieve my arrow. If it's
Yeah, it went clean through and it's stuck in a nearby tree.
Still glaring at the gnome.
Let's see. That. So you recover the arrow that the poor goblin is laying there dead and exposed to the world. He did not die in a dignified way.
Yeah.
I ain't searching that.
Well, after I retrieve my arrow, I'll come back and take an ear. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a bounty for ears or something. They'll pay us per kill or something.
Yeah, that's
so,
fair.
so I'll grab an ear, toss it to the gnome to hold on to.
I'm not keeping your fucking ears.
It is a goblin ear. You know, you hate goblins.
Yep. What do you do with that? I'm going to use it as a reagent. I'm going to use a spell or something.
Just don't eat it.
So,
I'm gonna throw it
Barbecue
at him.
sauce.
So you guys cut the ear off and you search the body.
Yeah, I can multitask.
He has a crude dagger, a crude short sword, and a few copper coins.
We'll toss the weapons aside and grab the coppers.
Okay. Like the cleric is like pointing at the copper knight. It's like, huh, yeah, we're in the money now. And he also judges the gnome. So after that, you guys continue on.
Yeah.
So you guys continue on with the rest of the day. You make camp and you set out the next day. You don't encounter anything immediately. You do pick up more goblin tracks.
I need to pee. Just carry on. I'm
Just
just
don't
going to pee.
step on any twigs while you're
Yeah,
doing
but
that.
can you still hear us? Or are you going to take us with you?
I'm going to take you with me.
So you'll be able to hear.
As long
Yes, of
as we
course.
can't hear, I'm okay with
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I'm okay with this too.
I have a thingy that is wireless.
You're born with one, yes.
Well, you guys are really lucky. Shoot. So you guys travel for another few days, and by this point, you've been traveling almost a week along this trail and finding different, lots of signs of goblins and some knoll tracks even. And then you come upon a statue of a large horned beast in the center of the road. It rests upon a large black basalt pedestal covered in vines worn by time. It's clearly the statue has been a long time. The statue itself has been eroded, so it is chipped, it's pockmarked, but its right arm is stretched out, pointing to the east. Let's see here.
So it's a
You know what?
communist.
You know what, Sock? I want you to roll me a wisdom check. Roll me a 1d20 plus 1.
6.
It's good you're so pretty and blonde.
I know.
You look at it and you look at the outstretched arm and you kind of scratch your head and twirl your pigtails.
We should do it that way.
Jesse, roll me a 1d20 plus 1. Since you have I'm going to give this to you.
Okay. $12.
It's like I don't help me roll the right thing. Wow, everybody's rolling better tonight. You know what, Bear? You go ahead and roll. I'll give you a plus 1 because of the mythology.
Okay.
So 120 plus 1. So
Boink. That's an 11.
wow. So you had a vague idea that, you know, maybe this statue is pointing in the direction you might want to go. Bear, you have enough knowledge of the horned one that you know that the statues sometimes are used to point towards hollowed grounds, and maybe it's an idea to go there, but you're not sure.
Let's go.
All right.
So you
Carry
start
me.
heading off. You start heading. Oh God! You start heading in that direction. Jesse, are you going to try to expedite this by trekking?
I want to pick the gnome up and toss him over my shoulder like a sack of potatoes.
Yes.
He's slow.
And you're going to go.
He's noisy.
I don't have to walk.
And he's going to go wee 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 all the way. Jesse, you want to roll me a tracking check
D20 plus anything.
Shut up.
plus 1 because of the level.
I'm trying to find some sand.
Well, you start heading that direction, and you don't find. You're not really finding anything, but you don't find any tracks. You don't find any signs of any ruins. What do you do?
I will, try to look around the area some more, see if there's. Obviously, I must have missed something going. Well,
Okay,
it
roll me
was,
another one.
going towards that statue or marker.
Or going where it's going in the direction it's pointing.
Yes.
Okay, roll again.
Moving on. Still following the direction it's pointing because I can see that much. I don't see much else, but I can see that much.
Worst group ever.
Yeah, we're all dead. It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Yeah, it's not the fault of the gnome this time. Um, you guys keep heading in some direction. You travel almost a day and you still haven't found anything. And not only that, you're kind of getting lost. Jesse, roll me another range check. Finally, Kane will not be the worst ranger ever if you fail this.
18.
Hallelujah!
Woo!
I pick up some soil and just toss it over my soil, over my shoulder. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you realize
No sand here.
You realize this is a very difficult area to track in, and what you're looking for is very hard to find. But you finally do find a very well worn, but heavily traveled trail.
I think we need to go this way.
You start following it, and it goes on and on. But there are a lot there. Since you rolled so high, you realize there are the feet of gnolls, goblins, wolves, maybe kobolds. You're not sure, but clearly there's something all heading this way. Yes, it's all the things that Fizzlespank hates with a passion, and you guys.
Shush.
Only because they're taller and smell better.
Yeah, you're gonna have some attachment to your bow.
Let's see here. Since you're point man, Jesse, roll me a 1d20 plus 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
A 12.
Okay. You lead the group directly into
And I'm
4 goblins who are as surprised as you are to find them. It's just like you broke them around a tree, and they scream.
Influence on the smallest goblin.
You
Describe.
can't see them. You're facing the other way.
Well,
God damn you! Turn me around, woman.
that's true. You wanted to be held.
I'll turn around.
So you run up to 5 goblins. Who wants to roll initiative? Not bear. 1d10.
Ooh,
You rolled last
I will.
time.
I will.
10?
Yeah.
Or not.
Ooh. Ah. 6.
Goblins win.
Fuckers.
So I assume Jesse's here, Zoc is here, the goblins are behind. So
I'm
Goblin
riding
won.
Sock into battle.
whoa.
Giddy up.
Jesse. The first one of the goblins in back brings up a bow, shoots off arrow, it zips by Jesse's head, missing him. Good Lord, another 11. Another arrow zips by him. What the? A third 11. One lunges at him with a spear. Finally, a 17.
My acrobatic dodging has caught up to me.
So, Jesse, the lead goblin jumps out with a sword and cuts you for a whole health point.
Not a whole one
Tragic.
health point.
Well, he only has 11 health points, so that's a big deal. Jesse, you go first.
All right, I will try to return this scratch with my long sword. So that would be a 20 plus 2 for that. Plus 1 for that. Plus 1 for that. Okay. And a 14.
You're attacking with your longsword.
Yes.
You swing at it, and with the nimble, dexterous goblin jinks aside, and you miss him. Sock, you're next. You're holding the gnome.
Put me down.
You're literally left holding the bag.
I am going to
Let go of me.
Throw him.
toss
No!
the gnome
Fuck you.
towards a smallish goblin and grab my sword.
Okay, you're gonna need to do to hit. 1d20 plus 2.
What's
No,
the damage of a gnome?
Hold on. Before you roll, hold on. I don't know. I gotta figure that out.
Pointy head! I have a pointy head!
Roll 1d20 plus 2.
15.
Oh, okay. You're gonna center punch that gnome into the goblin, because that is exactly what you needed. I figure I've got a gnome is going to be like 1d2 or 1d4. I don't know. Let's see what we get. I'm going to say 1d2. So you take it and you hurl the gnome flying through the air. Bear, I want you to give me a dexterity saving throw. So that's going to be 1d2. I'm sorry, 1d20 plus 2.
Well, that's a 16.
I'll allow it. So you're going to take half damage.
Attack and roll.
So you throw him and you impale him with your pointy hat. You crash into him, inflicting 2 points of damage. The hat. For some reason, you had a metal tip on the hat, and it goes through it, pierces his heart. It screams bloody murder, and you take 1 point of damage too.
Oh no!
You
I
say
will never live.
Yeah, you know what though? If you were level 1,
You'd have been almost dead.
What level are you?
I started the casters out at level 3, make them a little less squishy and a little more.
Level 1
Utility.
hacks. Man, I don't know how anyone ever makes it to level 3.
Hey, Steven Chenault does it in his game, so I'm like, hey, I'll do that.
Get off, you
So
stupid
squishy as fuck.
Yeah, I would have.
They're not allowed out of their plastic bubble until level 3.
I would have 5 hit points at 1 right now.
So you take it. You kill
No!
the goblin.
My kill.
Bear,
it only counts as 1.
Bear,
It's mine.
Since you were flying across the hill and you're a little bit dazed, you don't get a turn this round. The cleric standing back there goes as he pulls his sword and charges one of the goblins. Ooh. Badass Blackadder.
Yeah, and then Blackadder kills us, like in the first season.
Oh god.
Accidentally.
I want people. Let's see here. No.
Stupid mouse.
There we go. This is the face that charges him.
And with the famous battle cry of wobble.
Well, yeah, if he did have a vow of silence.
Yep.
So, well, actually, that's going to be a kill no matter what damage I roll. So I don't have to roll damage. No, actually, no, there's only one. Where's my D8.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's murder. That's murder. He runs forward and runs one of the goblins free with his sword. Going back to the goblins, there's 2 left. Jesse, that one takes a swipe at you, misses. Another one does something. And what's your armor class, Jesse?
16.
And that's a narrow miss. Jesse, back to you. You got 2 gnomes hacking and slashing at you with their swords. The cleric has ran one through.
Goblins, not
Well,
gnomes.
If they're gnomes, I should definitely get some bonuses.
God damn you.
Gnome rage engaged!
All right, I will.
Not yet. They found some gnomes. Or God damn, bless America. They found some goblins. They just turned the gnome into a high velocity kinetic energy kill vehicle.
All right, I
Knocked
will
the noodles out of him.
take a swipe with my longsword again.
Okay. Roll me 15. We haven't got to the temple yet, so they probably get lost on the way.
Probably.
Is that a straight 15, Jesse? Or a 14? No, it's an 18.
18 total.
Roll damage.
Hold on, I gotta scroll to that. That would be
Does throwing a gnome count as a heat-seeking missile?
I don't know.
+2 for that.
Only when it goes for the barbarian.
+1 for that. Oh no, mine has that.
Wait, I'm
Okay.
a barbarian.
Wow.
You're a female barbarian,
4
What's
damage.
No.
You kill it.
and I'm a male lecherous gnome with X-ray vision.
You
goggles.
kill it, Jesse. You
I don't
chop
want
its
to know
head
about the
off.
X-ray vision.
Sock, you are next. Do some
I'm
damage.
gonna attack whatever's left.
There is one goblin. He has seen his buddy slain. And he's turning to run.
I'm chasing him.
Okay. Roll. Do you know what to roll?
D20.
1d20 plus 2. You have a sheet, man.
Too much stuff on it.
Worst player ever. Minus 500 XP. You're now level 0.
16, 18.
Roll damage.
What was it?
Do you let
2d6?
out? Yeah. Do you let out a battle cry as you charge and swipe?
Sure. Ooh, 10.
Okay. What's your battle cry?
Ah!
You go ah, and you easily with your long toned legs, you like for every 10 steps that thing takes, you take a 1 step and catch up with him. You come up there that sword overhead and you cleave him in half from the head to the anus.
Woo!
You kill him outright. He is dead. Are you proud of yourself?
Yes.
Let's cut off some ears.
Look, I killed it.
You hold up both pieces and go, oh, look at what I did.
Like each half has hair.
Oh,
Wait, look what I did.
Don't forget the ear.
So you guys gonna collect the ears?
I'm not.
Well, somebody
That's
is.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I gotta fill the gnome's pockets.
you collect 4 gnome ears. You find only
Goblins! God damn you!
I have some like underlying gnome prejudice. Apparently, I didn't know I had.
Apparently.
It's it's amazing that
The
I
message is spreading.
you know what though, it is strange to think that I have some sort of hidden hatred for gnomes when I like Jesse's wife so much.
Gonna fuck you up.
Oh yeah, you're dead.
She's not
She knows where
watching.
you live. You are dead.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does. But you find, excuse me, try not to die. You find about what?
Another dimensional common trait.
Which is what? Which common trait is that?
Either you're dead or the gnome thing.
Oh,
I'm not sure which.
I'm sure Chuck will inform us in a minute. You find about 14
Gnomes for the
coppers.
devil.
Gnomes are the devil. You find 19 coppers among them, and you scoop them up. You don't find anything else they're carrying, just obsolete crap. Nothing you would ever want. Nothing you could even sell upon. Even the lowest bottom rate pawn shop in this world, or any world, or Little Rock, anywhere, or Memphis. So
You said 19?
you have to yeah.
Just writing it down.
Okay, yeah, I'm writing down too. One day we'll have treasure division. If you don't all die.
Well, at least for the tall folk.
So it's getting kind of late, and I know some of us run out of steam. I'm going to tie this up a little bit. You guys, you travel a total of about 10 miles due east of the statue that you'd first found. You don't encounter any more goblins, or if you do, you manage to avoid them expertly because you are a lot more elite than you act. But you finally come across a mound surrounded by bare gray rocks, and the gnome recognizes this as the remains of Balon and Mac. Like I said, I guys need a pronunciation guide. I know Steven says you bought it, you pronounce it however you want. But I'll pay for the pronunciation book. But all that appears to remain of the temple are several freestanding walls that are covered in vine, a few columns, a set of stairs going up to nothing, heaps of rubble all around. And you kind of realize this is why no one knows where this place is. From a distance, you notice it, and up close, you really have to look for it because it's very overgrown, and you really have to be on top of it to find the rubble. But closer inspection reveals that, yes, there is quite some here. There are trails leading in out of the rubble, going north, south, and east if you do a full recon around it. But they all converge on a large opening in the center of what was once a large building. And there is a black hole in the earth with stairs leading down into the darkness. And we're going to cut it off there, and tomorrow we'll begin exploring the... oh, God, let's see.
No.
Well, I know why Walt wants jumping jacks. Just saying. Yeah,
No.
dirty
I'm
old
going-
ranger.
I'm gonna poop down that hole. Because I
Okay,
can.
you're gonna poop up down the hole, and that's gonna be our last scene. I thank everybody for coming out tonight. I hope because they wake you up. I want to thank everybody for coming out. I want to thank Chuck for watching the shenanigans of this stream. I want to thank Walt for being here, distracted me with all kinds of shenanigans, and including the most amazing thing I have ever seen, which is this. This is the
Oh, God.
bee's knees. I love this, Walt. I think I'm gonna make this my desktop. We don't have drawings. We're poor around here.
Like the only thing I can give you is a cat.
Yeah. Do you want a cat, Chuck? We can send you a cat.
I can deliver it. Maybe next weekend.
Actually, you know what? Since it would be wrong to. I think the only people actually watching are Chuck and Walt. So I'll roll a 1d4 or 1d2 in this instance, and we'll see who wins the cat. Let's see here. Okay. Walt will be 1. Chuck will be 2. Chuck wins a cat. Congratulations, you have a cat. How about we give? You know what? Since this is more viewership and chatter, we'll have a second giveaway, kind of like Jay does on his show when he has somebody raid in. He's like, we're gonna have another giveaway. We're gonna give away a puppy.
No,
We're gonna
There's more than enough.
We're gonna give Freedom away.
no.
Freedom is
Freedom
actually
the German
free.
Shepherd. Freedom the German Shepherd is going to Walt. Congratulations, you have a whiny, neurotic, insane German Shepherd. Congratulations, my friend. And this is how he got kicked off Twitch for giving away animals on streams. Oh, yeah. I'm like, Walt, do you have a store? I mean, I know you have products on. What kind of store is it? A store of shenanigans and fuckery? Uh, I don't. Oh, yeah, that's probably is an issue. You know what?
Oh.
Why is what? Let's see. I don't even know how to.
Dude, I don't know how Twitch shit works, so
Yeah, I
that's
barely
all
do
on
too.
you.
Actually, I don't
I'm
know
not
what's even. Yeah, Nay and Sock are the moderators, but you don't usually have any problems with community
Nice.
roles manager. You know what? Walt, you win a moderator's position.
as soon as he figures out how to do it.
Yeah, I've almost did. Yeah. Walt, you're now a moderator. Congratulations for joining Team Mustache.
Better
This
than
is
mustache riders. Jeez.
Where's the gnome button? Well, see, and guys, I just want to say, this is a beautiful book. I would also
Yes.
do a product placement of Supers, but it's lost in the mail still. Or, POD, print on demand. I don't know. We'll get here when it gets here. But yeah, this thing, it's beautiful. It's got pretty art, and I'm gonna drop it. And if you drop it on a German Shepherd's head, it won't wake them up. I'm not advocating animal abuse. I just have a very hard sleeping German Shepherd. I don't know where. I am totally lost. I want to thank all you guys again for coming out. I hope you had fun. This is silly. This is like, if you like Monty Python, this is probably the place to watch because it's just full of silliness and shenanigans and nonsense.
We'll save the serious stuff for our main game, like all the others. We got to get it out
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah. But we're gonna come back tomorrow night. The Nagus to take over Barbara the Barbarian, while Sock goes to work with the very special people.
They're not very
And,
special. They're crazy. Get it right.
Yeah, they're very the crazy people that need all the help and love and attention that someone who is wholesome and warm-hearted as Sakwara can give. Yeah, I am very proud of Barbara the Barbarian. I mean, they wanted to do Barbarian Barbie. I'm like, but Barbara, I guess, can I actually buy stuff off your store? It's been a while since I've been on your website. I mean, maybe so. I don't know. I barely know what's going on in my own life, so I do love running supers. Though we got to run supers again. I do a giveaway
again.
Oh, okay. Well, fair. Well, I'd do giveaways, but giveaways for 5 people, and most of them are probably our own players watching.
One's
Maybe we'll
me.
pick up people. Yeah, but we're gonna be back tomorrow with the second episode, and I know we're not going to get through I doubt we'll get through the whole first level of the next encounter. I still got to actually prepare the second level. Thank goodness we didn't have to get through that tonight because I didn't have it ready. But we, outside of posting links to Facebook and a few Discords, that's pretty much our marketing scheme. I figure we'd probably pick up more people when we start doing the Greyhawk game, but
I have a feeling that if we got too popular, we'd get run off Twitch.
Yeah. And most of the people that used to watch here were from old school D&D, but a lot of them gotten lost and gotten busy and probably got lives, and they're I don't know, doing amazing things. I don't know. Jared Hanley should be watching, but instead he's like writing books and shit. What's wrong with him?
How dare he?
How dare he? Yeah. But
Looks like he does it for a living or something. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm impressed though. We're almost to 50 followers. We're getting there.
42.
Yeah, mine
Ooh,
says
we gotta
43.
stop here.
So
We gotta stop here. 42.
well, mine says 43, so I don't know which one's
Oh,
right.
that's bullshit.
But 43, 50 plus all the. We usually pretty much meet all the requirements for affiliate except for the followers. Except for those, a month where I'm sick and I can't be on here and run the game. Well, you're Superman though. I mean, I know your body doesn't feel like Superman anymore. It feels like Superman fought with an interstellar mutant meth alligator from Florida. But yeah, I probably need to make noodles too. But I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Chuck for coming out, Walt for coming out, and for everybody having fun. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Where's the end button? I wish I had time for intro and extra.
I'm thanking myself.
You do that.
Well done.
Good night, everybody.